All these tasted good until this one.
Let me tell you a little something about me. When it's Saturday night, I need
No, that was not good. I don't like that one.
What is going on, people of the internet and beyond? I am your host, Jeff Godfrey, and this is FYRE BYTES. It's the show with great conversations, great people, and some really, really hot wings. And today, I'm joined with none other than my roommate, my best friend, Travis Gergen.
Oh, I don't know why I'm so nervous, but okay.
You're okay, you're fine, you're fine. So I don't think I need to ask you how you're feeling because you just said it.
This is not an act. I'm very bad with spicy food. I regret going on this show. Okay, no, but I like chicken and I like mild. That's my answer.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, this will be an exciting time. I hope that we don't pull a DJ Khaled with this one.
No, definitely not. I'm gonna push through even if no DJ Khaled.
So, I want to explain like the little rules real quick for you, so that way you can feel a little bit more relaxed. So for each wing or for each chicken piece, since we have chicken pieces, I'm going to give you one main question, and I may ask you a couple of extra questions. Yeah, I may ask you a couple of follow-up questions just in case, but all of this is completely determined upon you. As long as you take at least one bite and answer the question fully, we're satisfied. And then you tell me...
So with the sauce?
Yes, with the sauce. And then you tell me
So like
whenever...
if I took a bite and it was just this part, it wouldn't count because the sauce isn't on
Yes, the sauce has to be on there.
Okay.
So as long as you take at least one bite with the sauce and answer the question to the fullest extent that you want to answer it, I'm satisfied, and then you let me know when you want to move on to the next question.
Okay.
Okay? With that being said, let's grab the first wing.
So I don't want to touch it with my hands, because I'm scared I'm gonna freaking touch my eyes and freak out.
That's fine.
Okay.
So Travis, tell me a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do for a living? What is it that you like to do for fun? What goes on in the daily life of Travis Gergen?
I am a video editor. I work for a large education company called Edgenuity. I used to work for a startup called Purpose Prep, and we actually just recently got absorbed into that, so that was a really big step. I've worked for that company since 2017, so...
Lots of experience under your belt.
Yes. And what else was the question?
Just in general, do you do anything for fun or anything like that?
I don't do anything for fun. I
Wow.
hate fun. No.
Wow. You heard it here, America. You heard it here.
No, I guess what I do for fun, I love summer. I love going to the beach. I love being outside. I know it's kind of hard with the pandemic right now, and then even just with the fires we're having right now to be out, but I like going out. I like drinking coffee.
Specify drinking coffee.
Well, I don't know why I was going in that direction. Drinking coffee.
I kind of want to go back to something you mentioned earlier. You said with your company, you kind of like work in the education field. I know that you're on the video editor side, but have you noticed anything? Have you like seen any like difference in the content that is being shown, or have you noticed like any changes just in like the educational perspective with what's going on with COVID-19 and with all of that?
Yeah, so with a lot of the COVID stuff, my company, before we got absorbed, we actually just released a lot of content kind of specifically geared towards COVID and kind of helping parents and at-home families just kind of like have resources, and a lot of our content is video-based, so we've created kind of content to encourage students and encourage parents different activities to do, and kind of just letting them know that this isn't forever, but using this time to like really soak up quality time. And I think that's something a lot of people have taken away from quarantine, is that like this is the only time in our lives that we're ever gonna have where we're like in one place and we're not going, busy.
I like that. I love it. So, you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right.
Is this cheating if I have water?
No, absolutely not. Both of those are there for you to use at any time.
Okay, just want to double check.
This isn't a food challenge. Well, it's kind of a food challenge, but it's not a food challenge where there's like rules for you to follow, except you have to eat a part of it with sauce. That's about it.
By the way, this is oat milk.
Yes.
And these are vegan nuggets.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a vegan. I just like them.
They taste fantastic. And this is oat milk as well, although mine are regular chicken nuggets. I wasn't able to find the chickenless nuggets at Trader Joe's when I went, so.
There's a little bit of an aftertaste of kick, but we're still alive.
So I understand that one of the things that you do when you're not working is you help serve at a church called Fearless LA.
Yes.
In what capacity do you serve in this church? What is it that you do there?
So I guess the main role that I have at Fearless is I help with the live visuals. So anything that would go on the screen, not necessarily limited to making videos, but it's more what's being put on screen. So if it's gathering photos, gathering videos, gathering whatever is being lined up for that Sunday. So I help with that. And then throughout the week, I head up the podcast, so I oversee that. I have a team of writers who write the description, and then I have just Sarah will help with the thumbnail, and then there's just a team of people, and then I'll help with the Instagram clip, and then a few other kind of weekly videos that we do. Nothing too complicated, it's more just kind of weekly simple stuff. There's other people on the team who do more of like the intricate edits, but I kind of stick more to like the simpler ones just because my work schedule is a little more complicated.
So it sounds like your skills from your job is definitely helping and aiding in the area of the church as well.
Oh, definitely. A lot of my skill set has been I've learned through the church, just working at previous churches before, and that's kind of where I built up my experience. And then this job and the job before are the first non-church jobs I've worked.
Another little follow-up question for you. What initially led you to join Fearless among all of the other churches that are in the LA area?
I ended up looking up, I was just kind of praying like what was next for me, and I found out the House Modesto up in Modesto, California, just started an internship, or had a well-operating internship, and I was just praying about like what was next. And so I actually ended up moving up there when Fearless was moving down here, so we kind of swapped places. I actually moved up there the Sunday they were having their grand opening service. So I wasn't able to go to that, but I went to a few of their premiere services when they were at like Belasco and whatnot. But I did my media training, and I got my degree up there. I lived up there for about 2.5 years, and then moved back down to LA for a season, and then ended up moving to Michigan for the current job I have now. But when I moved back to California, I just wanted to get plugged into a church, and I remembered Fearless. Like, I still kept tabs on them and still followed them, and just loved everything they were doing. And every time I would come to LA to visit my family, when I would live outside of LA, I would visit Fearless no matter what, and I would always love it. I would never have a bad time. And so that's kind of how I got plugged in. And then when I finally moved back, I was like, finally I get to be a part of this church. Like, I was like dreaming of being a part of this church. And, you know, like, not saying I regretted the churches I was a part of before, but I always felt like they were missing a component, or, you know, like they did really good in this, but kind of lacked the community, or they were really good in community, but they lacked the sound and kind of, you know, just, and these are all preferences. It's not one is better than the other. But I found that for me personally, I found that Fearless was really like something I was desiring and what I was craving. The community, I've never been so plugged in and involved in such a deep-rooted community, and I love like everything we do, like from the creativity to our music, and I just love like all the core values we stand for, and I love that like our pastors they're a young family, and you know, they're not faking it, they're very transparent. Like, I love Pastor Jeremy, I love like everything he's about, and whenever I hear anyone say anything bad about him, I always say, keep my pastor's name out your mouth. And I just love him, and I love, you know, everything they're about. So yeah, so that's kind of how I got involved with Fearless.
Wow, that's amazing. I gotta clap to that, man. I gotta clap to that. All right.
Next wing.
Next wing.
All right, slowly, but why were you a little more liberal on this wing?
It wasn't intentional. It just kind of happened that way.
No, I got it on my lip. All right, definitely more spicy, but I'm gonna wait. All right, that one kind of kicked me in the back throat. Nope. Yep, that one. I can hear the music playing. The hot music playing. All right, that one's fine though. I'm fine. I should finish it.
So tell me a little bit about how you, Travis Gergen,
Oh, that doesn't help.
came to be. Tell me a little bit about your life growing up. I do understand that your parents are still married, correct? Mm-hmm. And what was it like growing up here in LA with them? What was it like?
That's a good point about them still being married, because as most families, you know, this was something that we talked about off camera a couple days ago, of a lot of families, like I've noticed just within my friend circle that I'm a minority of my parents being still together and married, and you know, so be it. Just different situations happen with different people, but I've noticed like throughout all of college, most of my friends and close friends, a lot of their parents were separated, divorced, not happy, and I'm very thankful that I grew up in a family that loves, like my parents love each other. And I know that's it's a privilege, and I've seen like different examples of different friends where their parents live together and they literally hate each other, and it breaks my heart to, you know, see that and witness that. But for me, like, you know, although my parents, you know, don't know Jesus. I think they have an understanding of Jesus, but I don't think they have like the relationship that we have where we talk to Jesus every day and he very much is interacting with us every day. I think they kind of look at him as this like far off, like father time, like in the clouds type of being where we go to heaven for being good people, and which, you know, is partly true, but you know, there's so much more to it, and Jesus wants more of a relationship with us. And I actually came to the Lord at like 17, 18. I was brought to a church by one of my friends invited me, and they said there was gonna be video games and cute girls, and that was the hook.
That's the
for
kicker
me.
right there.
And I showed up and there was none of that. But I somehow stuck around because I think as, you know, a 17-year-old, I was craving community, and like I had friends in high school, but they weren't quality. Like they were good friends, but they weren't invested as much as this group of people that I met at my first church. And I think I craved that type of community, like that intentional community, that there was like a purpose behind it. And I think something about me is that I'm very much, I don't know how to fake things, and then I don't know how to like go moderate or little. Like if I'm addicted to something, it's like I eat a whole package of Oreos. Like so I think for this it was more of like with Jesus, like I wanted to learn about the concept of Jesus. I wanted to learn who Jesus was. Like I didn't grow up in church. My parents kind of just raised us to like whatever you want to, like we celebrated Christmas and Easter and all that, but it was very like surface level. It wasn't very like, oh, this is like, we celebrate it because of this. We celebrate because this. Like, I think both my parents kind of were raised with kind of it being forced upon them, that they wanted to raise their kids with like, here's your options. And I kind of appreciated that because it allowed me to kind of receive Jesus on my own terms, and it wasn't like, you have to go to church on Sunday. Like, I liked that I was the one that like discovered it, and like I kind of created my own path. And you know, I'm still believing for my parents and, you know, my siblings to know and, you know, have that relationship with Jesus. I think, like I said earlier, they have an idea or a concept of him, but I don't think they have that relationship. And maybe they do. That's maybe just something that we haven't talked about yet, but you know, I'm still not giving up on them. Like, I'm still believing for them and loving on them where they're at, and just as much as like I need them to love on me where I'm at. So, yeah, I think that answers that question.
No, that's good. I love that. I absolutely love that. I don't have any follow-up for that one.
I think talking helps get rid of the fire.
I like it. All right, you ready?
Yes.
I love how my plate has a bunch of parts on it.
Well, you also have larger pieces, so.
You know, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Okay. I'm trying to do my best to not put it on my lips or my fingers. Okay, waiting, holding.
We
Still
are
holding.
getting ready to hold.
I'm still waiting. Wait, are we sure the order is correct?
Yeah?
I'm still waiting. What is this one called?
Hotter than L.
So it's this one?
Yep.
I'm still waiting because I'm scared as soon as I say something, it's gonna be like, take them, motherfucker!
last time we kind of had the same problem. I think that one just might not be as hot.
I mean, it's good. It has some heat to it, but maybe I'm just so amped up that it's like, this is nothing, but I don't want to say it's nothing.
You kind of dipped into a little bit with the last question, but I did want to kind of clarify as well as be direct with this question. You did mention that you were a follower of God. You're a Christian. You believe in Jesus. What are some of the things that you have seen change in your life after knowing God as opposed to before?
I remember I had a mentor up in Modesto, and I still like honor and love this man to this day. And I may not talk to him every day, but he like is one of the main reasons I'm the man I am today. But his name's Brandon Panera, and he literally like just helped me walk through like a bunch of stuff, and I think he saw like the potential in me, and he saw like, wow, like I see the greatness in you, and not saying I didn't have people who didn't believe in me, but I think he really invested like time and energy of like, I see like more for you, I see more potential, I see like something like that you don't see. And like I'm like forever indebted to that man. And like I'm sure like if he watched this, he'd probably be like, whatever, like that's not like, that's a walk in the park. And but like I mean, he really like helped me walk through like ridiculous things. And I'm not saying he was the only person. Like I've had several other like close friends of mine that have helped me get through stuff, but I think there were so many like deep rooted things of like I was very fearful. I was very like intimidated to the point of like even having a conversation like this would scare me. And now I'm able to have like I still feel those things, but now I have more of a confidence. I have more of a understanding of like I have God with me, and I'm not saying those things are completely gone, but just choosing to not operate off of anxiety, not operate off of, you know, those types of emotions. And I definitely like helped like realize my self-worth. Like he helped me realize my self-worth, and my self-worth was in Jesus, and he was a great just like avenue of like redirecting me to Jesus through that time in college. And you know, moving away to a new city, out of your comfort zone, like you're already experiencing like loneliness, and just like this was my first time living on my own, and I had roommates, but you know, away from the nest, away from your parents. And he very much was like a father figure to me, and I still have, you know, like I have a father, but he was able to be there where my dad was 5 hours away. Like
yeah,
I could easily call my dad, but it was nice to have him. And he really just helped me walk through so many stuff, and just kind of even helped me like get jobs, and helped like he even like helped me like with budget, and like, you know, being economical, and like choosing the right gas, and just like little things you don't really realize. And sometimes your parents maybe forget to teach you, and it's not that they don't mean to teach you, but they have so many things that they have to teach you that it does take a village. It does take like so many other people to help teach you stuff. And even to this day, I'm still learning. Like I still want to be gleaning and learning from mentors and people I'm close with.
The plan for this video is to kind of be part of the Fearless LA Youth videos and their YouTube. So the goal is to have a lot of like high schoolers viewing this. With this knowledge in mind, and with this kind of like background, what advice can you give them in regards to walking out their potential and walking fully in what God has called them to be?
Surround yourself with just people who are gonna encourage you and push you in the right direction. Get mentors that are not the same age as you, not the same place in life with you. Like, get mentors that are 10 years older or 5 years older, that are married, that have kids, or, you know, get mentors that are people that you want to be in the future, or that you look up to them, or you look at them in a light of like, I want to be like that when I'm that age. And do it in a healthy manner of like choosing, you know, obviously like have a good mindset behind it where you're not like idolizing them, but look up to them in like a big brother sense. And I know for me, mentorship has really helped me in my life, and being on the other side of that like is so rewarding as well. I'm being able to help others. So for me, like, I would just encourage that, like, and don't be afraid to talk about things. Don't be afraid to talk about emotions. I know as men, there's this stigma that talking about our emotions, talking about things is a sign of weakness, and it's not. And I was raised under a certain mentality that you just brush off your emotions. You just brush it under the rug, you deal with it, you just push on, and that wasn't healthy for me. I know, and you know, everyone operates different, but for me, I noticed that that wasn't good for me. And I'm not saying my parents weren't like open and willing to talk about that, but I created some sort of preconceived notion of I can't talk to them about that. And that could just be like being a hormonal teenager and like, I don't want to talk to them. And so, you know, whether it be your parents that you look up to, or, you know, try to do your best to just communicate with your parents and let them know, because they're not against you, they're on your side. And I know it seems that way, and you know, the best thing you can do is just communicate with them, tell them that you love them, but also find, you know, older leaders and mentors in your life that are going to help push you in the right direction. And you know, I know for me, like, having my mentor Brandon in my life, it really helped propel me into the career path I'm in, and even just where I wanted to be spiritually. So that would be my encouragement for the youth.
The youth. All right, Travis, are you ready?
Nope. All right, first we feast. I feel like I'm about to go on a roller coaster ride.
Are you holding?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it hit me.
Still waiting.
Interesting.
I don't know if the habanero burned my tongue and now I just don't feel anything. I'm just numb. But this is a good flavor. Are you sure we did it in order?
Yeah.
First we feast, hot ones, Los Calientes. Refrigerate after opening. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, it's good. It's
Well, I've been holding in since the clock ain't much more.
it has spice, but
I definitely do remember it being hotter the first time that we did this.
I think this one probably blew us out of the park. But
Dang.
that one did. I will admit that one did kick me, like, and I wasn't expecting it.
Okay.
But
That's good to know. So now we know that Trader Joe's is on a different level.
No.
Okay, I'm really curious now. Okay. I'm gonna destroy my mouth real quick. Get this as BTS. Right? I want to know why the heck this one wasn't that hot.
No, I think it is. I think.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna just, Oh no.
See, maybe we just didn't put enough. You know what? Yes, you may have said that, but I was in denial. I'm gonna try some of this just to. Oh, of course you are.
Give it.
Okay. I don't want to die though. All right.
Oh, okay. That one hits a little bit different. Die!
I'm still waiting.
Wow. Wait.
It's slow. It was like, you think you got me? No! Okay.
It was a slow burn.
I mean, it's like down here, and it's like bubbling. Yeah.
So I got a little bit lighter questions for you this time. I know that in the past you've had, well, not so much the past, but you have an avid hobby of video games. Specifically, one called Kingdom Hearts. Oh gosh, what do you say?
I need to go. No.
Well, no,
It's
I'll
no
just.
secret, but it's not something I publicly display.
Okay, well,
It's okay. Cat's out of the bag, everyone.
Well, I'll ask it like this: what has been kind of like your favorite game to go to kind of like help you relax, or just in general to play?
I want to say up until college, I played video games. And then when I moved away to college, it kind of, obviously you have different responsibilities. I'm not saying I didn't play, but I do remember, I think it was like only into like my first or second year into college, I remember going down to my parents and bringing back the Wii. It was just the Wii at the time, not the Wii U, the Wii. And I remember,
The little tower, the white tower.
yes, the white tower and like the nunchucks and everything. I believe I had both Super Smash Brothers Melee and Super Smash Brothers Brawl. So you could play the GameCube game on the Wii, and then you also had they had the version for the system at the time, the Wii. And I remember playing that in college, and I am not gonna brag, but I am, I guess. I used to demolish people in our youth ministry.
Oh.
To the point where nobody liked to play me. And I will say I'm not as good as I was, but at the time I would be able to play as any character, and I could just almost do it blindfold, and people would be so mad to play. And I would just I don't know how I was so good at it. I think I spent a lot of high school just because my senior year I only had 4 classes, so I kind of just played a lot of video games, and I had a lot of free time in my senior year. So I think that's probably where it made up for that. But in college I kind of dwindled down. But then especially now in quarantine, I've kind of picked up the controller again. And I haven't played video games in probably maybe 3 or 4 years. but a lot of the games that I've been really enjoying lately was the whole Sly Cooper branch. Would that be a platform game, or no? It's more of a
It'd kind of be a platformer / RPG.
RPG. So I kind of like games like that where it's kind of more the adventure mode. I kind of grew up on Sly Cooper, so it was kind of like revisiting nostalgic stuff. And then we recently just got the new Super Smash Brothers. What is it?
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
But we've been playing that during quarantine, and then I've recently started playing Kingdom Hearts, and that's more of a
That one's full RPG.
yeah. So, but I kind of stick to those games that are more like adventure mode, kind of single player. Like I do enjoy playing like the games with people, but really the only games I do play with people are more like the Super Smash Brothers types of games.
It is time for the last wing. The last little nugget.
Last dab.
The last dab. Now, as tradition,
Are you supposed to lose your hearing in this year? No, for real.
no.
I can't hear this year.
Oh wait, I think some people have lost their, weren't able to concentrate.
Like, is there supposed to be ringing?
I think that's normal.
Okay, it's gone now.
Okay.
It's almost like somebody turned on like an old TV, like that noise. Like a tube TV.
Oh.
You kids don't know what that means.
As tradition, this is the hot one's last dab, which means we don't have to, but it is traditional to put a little bit extra on. So, would you like to do the honors, Travis? No.
You can put it on. I'm not gonna do it, but you can put it on for me. Oh, jeez. No. Oh, that's it?
You want more?
I mean, just don't kill me. All right, this is it, folks. This is my funeral.
Says the producer in the background.
Okay. Cheers to you, first three fees. It already tastes like battery acid. That's not even enjoyable. You're sweating. I'm not. No. That's. I'm gonna finish it though. That's disgusting. That whatever that taste is. It definitely. Oh. I'll say no. This is what. Oh my god. This is what I'll say. Oh gosh. All these tasted good until this one. No, that was not good. I don't like that one. I don't know if it was the amount. Oh, no. It's like just my tongue's on fire. Okay, what's the question?
So, we'll give a little bit of a lighter one on this one. So, one of the things that runs in your family is a hardcore obsession with Disney. Tell me how that started, and specifically, tell us about the obsession with Stitch, or at least how that came to be.
You know, and you eat. Okay, I didn't think this was gonna be that bad. Oh my god. It's just my tongue that's numb. Okay, Disney. Hold on.
Be careful. Be careful.
I don't know why. Oh my gosh, this is miserable. I'm glad we didn't do Da Bomb.
The bomb is supposed to be less hot than that.
I just made it worse. I just put it on the roof of my tongue. My mouth. Okay. You need it more. I'm not sweating.
You are a little bit.
Am I? Excuse me. Literally my tongue just feels like it's on fire.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
So I would say, excuse me, the Disney obsession probably started with just my family having multiple VHSs, and we just kind of grew up on Disney stuff. So with that being said, I like the movie Lilo and Stitch. Oh my gosh, my jaw hurts now. Yeah, so I like Lilo and Stitch. I love Hawaii. I think probably like the obsession with Stitch probably comes from me and my family would go to Hawaii as like when we were younger. Thank God, thank God. Black poison. Okay, that made it worse. Anyways, we would go to Hawaii as kids, and I think me and my brothers kind of fell in love with Lilo and Stitch because that was kind of like us just being reckless little kids on an island, and my grandparents like basically lived in Hawaii. They were there so often. And I think we just fell in love with just Hawaii, and then I think Lilo and Stitch was just like this juxtaposition of space and this, you know, island that's so far removed from our country but still a part of our country. And I think we associated with it more because, you know, it was kind of part of our upbringing, part of our, in a sense, culture. I'm not saying in any way that I am Hawaiian. I'm a white boy that visited Hawaii. But yeah, I think we kind of just gravitated towards that. And whenever we went to Disneyland, we would kind of just, we would love any sort of Lilo and Stitch stuff. And in college, it actually became this running joke of, I got a season pass in college, and I made the mistake by telling someone I liked Stitch, the character. And it literally became, everyone got me any sort of Stitch merchandise or memorabilia, and to the point where I lived in the dormitory and they did a unexpected room tour, video room tour for our like campus day. And they decided to show my room, and they were like, oh, this person's obsessed with Stitch. Very embarrassing. One of my friends, Erin LaDuke, hosted that video, and I still hold that against her to this day. We can probably insert the clip here. But basically, yeah, ever since then, I've been very keen on not telling people that that's my favorite character because people will just recklessly buy me Stitch stuff. So I only have, like, to this day, this one little Stitch stuffed animal. And I don't really tell people about it.
Well, Travis.
So don't get me any more Stitch stuff.
Oh gosh, our producer in the background. Oh shoot. Oh goodness, is this it right here?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Are you dying too?
Just a little bit.
It's just nice to know someone else is dying alongside me.
Well, you noticed it before you got hit with it, but it was, whew, it was hot.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, all these taste really good except that last one.
Oh man.
Like, even the habanero one had a good taste, even though it was like a big kick. Mm-hmm. No, I don't think I'll ever do this again.
Well, Travis, thank you for being on FYRE BYTES with us. We will plug all of his social media in the little lower third below, so that way you can
follow me. I don't follow back.
So that way you can be able to follow him. He won't follow you back. But
maybe I might. It just depends on, not right now.
Go ahead and look at either that camera or look at this camera. Tell them any final remarks or let them know of anything that is going on in your life or anything that you want them to know.
You know, after watching Hot Ones, I understand why they're like, what do I have going on in my life? I'm just so emotional right now. I just ordered something online last night. I'm waiting for the tracking number. You know, I don't have anything going on right now, but what I will say is chase after your dreams, folks. That's what I'll say because I don't know what else to say. And get plugged into church. That's what I would say. Get community. That's my final remarks. I know it probably sounds like a drunk person, but I can affirm you that this is just water and oat milk. Maybe there's just like some high that comes with it. Anyways.